The tree root microbiome program is focused on building a model system for tree microbiome research globally. In doing so, we have selected the finest of gymnosperms, Pinus radiata, as our tree species for all of our sampling. Pinus radiata is commonly known as Monterey pine, as it is native to the Monterey Peninsula in California. It also exists in small fragmented populations on islands off the coast of Mexico. However, given its extremely good wood qualities, its fast growth rate, its fine form and many uses, Pinus radiata has now been widely distributed. In fact, it's one of the most widely grown tree species globally. For our research program, we require that only samples of Pinus radiata are submitted to the study. Given this, a key question is how do we identify that our tree, or the sample that you're submitting, is Pinus radiata, Monterey pine? At first glance, many pine trees can look the same. Even spruces, firs and other trees can look very, very similar. So this quick video guide is really just to help provide you with a few simple rules for selecting the right tree to sample and to submit to the program. Firstly, recognise that identifying Pinus radiata from the form of the tree, the growth of the tree, is not going to be too reliable. Like many trees, Pinus radiata, its growth and appearance can be quite variable and shaped by the environment and conditions that it's been exposed to. These evergreen trees grow from very, very large, twisted, gnarly, isolated individuals with branches drooping down to the ground to majestic stands of upright, straight and uniform trees and plantations. And of course, there's absolutely everything in between. The one key identifying characteristic is the leaves of Pinus radiata, which occur as fine needles. Although these trees are evergreen, some of the needles are shed or dropped by the tree throughout the year onto the ground. So you might observe these below the tree when you go sampling, and sometimes they can even blanket the forest floor under the trees. This is to be expected. Of course, many different evergreen conifers have needles as leaves, so we do need to check just a little bit more closely that the needles are Pinus radiata. So you know you have a Pinus species when the needles occur in bundles. So these are called fascicles, or groups of attached needles. The number of needles per fascicle varies among the different pine species. But most importantly, nearly all Pinus radiata have 3 needles per fascicle. And this is really one of the key identifying factors and is easy as to assess. The needles are always green, but they can vary from dark green to grass green depending on the age and the health maturity of the tree. But they are never blue-grey or dull-grey. The needles of Pinus radiata are fine, with a diameter of about 1 millimetre. So take all that together. Your quick guide for identifying Pinus radiata is looking for an evergreen conifer, cone-bearing tree with leaves as needles occurring in bunches or fascicles of 3 needles, and the needles are green, dark green and very slender, about 1 millimetre in diameter. And that's largely it. Needles in 3s, long and slender, skinny and green. We also have a quick field guide that you can download, print and take with you on your sampling journey. It's just got this basic information on it and just there to prompt you and help you remember when you're out in the field. Please have a look for this on the website, print it off, laminate it if you like and take it with you. For those that are interested, extra for experts, there are of course some other features that you can look out for that will further help guide you to a Pinus radiata. And the first of these of course is the cones themselves. These are usually about 10 to 12 centimetres long and 8 to 10 centimetres wide and are on a 1 centimetre stalk and pointing backwards or downwards from the branch. Young grown cones are green and closed. Older cones are brown and closed. It's only the very oldest, more mature cones that will have opened for the seeds to be dispersed. You might also observe some other structures on your Pinus radiata tree. These include ovulate cones, catkin structures which produce pollen and other structures. The occurrence of these is very seasonal, so they aren't a reliable indicator for identifying our right tree as Pinus radiata. Thanks again for watching. We really do appreciate your support in the Tree Root Microbiome Program. We can't do this without your support. We need to save the forests and trees of the world, and you guys can help. So thanks again.